Welcome back to page 121, and welcome to Journal of the Traveler's Aid Society, issue 8, this time by Mongoose for Traveler's Second. I took a look at JTAS number 8 from Game Designer's Workshop yesterday, and today I'm going to look at the modern JTAS. I'm enjoying doing this series. I hope you're enjoying seeing it. So there we go, the table of contents. Classic Traveler is always credited to Mark Miller, and this was published in 2022. So we get a look at Uncharted Space, Kaldos, the Lost Oasis. This in the Outrim Void. There's a nice planet profile. Gem of the Sindalian Empire. It's a good article. I enjoyed it. Lots of stuff behind the claw in these, because that's where Traveler started, and that's kind of where Mongoose focused early on. They're spreading their wings a little bit, but there's Kaldos. I like this. There's a good story, and if you're reading or enjoying Pirates of Drinax, this is a nice complimentary piece to it. And waiting for my tablet to wake up a little bit. There we are. Okay. And then continuing on through the article. And then we get a high guard. Sojourner Light Trader. If it's one thing Traveler needs, it's another trader. So here we go. And has an extra vehicular activity suit. The spacewalking suit, if you will. And there's these high guard stats for it. It's a tech level 12 and it displaces 100 tons. That's a nice looking ship. Nice top-down deck plans. Central Supply Catalog. The Gauss Rifles, Big Brother. Boy, when I saw this, I got real happy. I love Gauss Rifles. One of my favorite things in Traveler. And the idea of a Gauss Rifle having a big brother is just really cool. So this guy is a heavy hitter. And it can also fire grenades. Indirect fire. It's an all-around great weapon. And then we have an encounter with Corporal Vishnu Zarka. Corporal Vishnu Zarka, there we go. A man wronged many times over. Renegade, ex-marine turned pirate. This is an interesting encounter and not a standard one. This guy kind of went over to the bad guys, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's just got some health issues. It's interesting, and it gives us a breakdown by what he was doing so many years ago. It was an innovative way to look at this character. And then we have a patron. I am not even going to try to pronounce that name. I'll say Ed, and he's a pilot. And he can be encountered in any starport with a bar in the Beyond. And he wants a starship that he can pilot, and he'll do working passage. And he's a pretty good pilot. Vargir, male. And let's see what his flyer grav is 1. Pilot small craft is 2. And pilot small craft or spacecraft is 3. So yeah, he's going to do the job for you. So he'd be a good NPC to add in if you're running a game and the guy playing your pilot can't make it. You can just run an NPC. And then this is his Aeon Stinger G-Bike series. This is the only cargo he really has with him. He's an avid G-Bike racer. Pretty interesting ideas. The bestiary, the Tichne. And the Atichne is this thing. They fly in swarms. They seem sentient, but they're not. But they'll eat anything, so they're kind of flying piranha. Traveling, the Hunter Career. This is interesting. I had a feeling this one ended up on the cutting room floor when they were putting together some of the books, because this is a full career for Traveler, the Hunter. And you can either be a game hunter, you hunt wild animals for food or trophies, a wilderness guide, you are a guide into the wild outback of alien worlds, or an ecologist. You're a researcher or activist who studies and possibly protects animals and plants. So a couple of different takes on a hunter. I liked this. It was a good class. Good career, sorry. The old D&D popping out. Charted Space, Noricum violera. And this is a plant that is excellent at air processing. It's hard to keep alive. It tends to wilt if it doesn't have basically 100% saturation. But I saw that there would be a possibility you could find a way to use these things to help purify the air aboard your starship. And they did that in, the name escapes me now. It's an Amazon show. Really good. I liked it a few years ago. Can't think of it now. Adventure, Divine Intervention. This is based on an old Traveler double adventure. The one half of the adventure was divine intervention and takes place on the planet Pavabit, and you're trying to convince the ruler there that he wants to open up his planet for some mining, and you're going to use a little trickery and make it seem he's got a message from his god in order to do it. This is pretty neat. I like the core adventure from 81 or so when it was out, 82 maybe, and this is much beefier. It's a longer mission. It gives a lot more detail, a lot more reason why this might actually work. They've used a little psychology to make the true believer excited to meet this, what he believes to be his god, and why it would be plausible for him. And then we have a layout of the floating palace where he lives, and you have to get in there, plant this little hollow projector, and then get out without anybody knowing you were ever there, because otherwise they'll suspect that he didn't really have a divine vision. It's kind of an interesting idea. We get a nice layout of the floating palace, and then we get a nice take on other powers that want to prevent this mission from being successful. It's a very long adventure and one very worthwhile. I took a look at divine intervention on my channel a few months ago, and it's right in the area where I'm running my current Traveler game. Pavabit is right there next to Kalas, so I'm very interested in this kind of stuff. And there's the top deck, deck 2, deck 3, deck 4, and then the referee's information. You get a lot of NPC encounters because there's potential for tremendous amount of fight in this one. So you better be wearing your best armor when you go into this one. You have a rival group with hitmen that come after you. There are their stats. And then various characters and guards around the place. I liked how this was fleshed out. You could run this. This could be a couple of night adventure. I really liked that. And I liked this adventure originally from the early 80s. And then we got to look at the Waru, which is a pouncer chaser animal native to the planet Pavabit in the Spinward Marches in District 268. Central Supply, Omicron, the mythical weaponsmith. I kind of like this idea. Basically, you need a weapon modified for very specific reasons, for very specific tech that you need. You contact this possibly mythical weaponsmith, and he'll take care of it for you. I really like the idea. And then we got to look at a couple weapons that he's done. And then we go to talking about turrets for High Guard. Quad turrets can make for a good day. And this is done with a little bit of fiction in it, which I like. I like a little fiction thrown into my Traveler stuff. And then we get a look at the Yanchir. It's a colossal animal that plagued the skies of high-gravity planets. This guy is huge, 75 hits to take down, and he will eat you. High Guard, the Pink Diamond. I enjoyed the heck out of this section. This is one of my favorite articles all time in JTAS. I liked the Pink Diamond. It's a modified Type Y yacht, and we have the Marquis Xander Druneman, who is the captain, the owner of the yacht, and there's his breakdown, and we get a ton of details on these guys. We get his girlfriend slash Maul, whatever you want to call her, his crewman. This is a gargantuan man with a weightlifter's physique rather. Just a huge guy, good brawler. All these interesting characters that are aboard the yacht. This can really add a ton to your game. I'm actually going to be using this yacht and crew in a forthcoming Traveler game because I'm really excited about this idea that I've had to tie in with these guys. But very fleshed out, very interesting characters. I'm definitely going to be using them. And this is a skin job. She's an android. And then the Pink Diamond Type Y yacht. This is the Baby Pink 2, their rover, Land Rover. Here are the High Guard stats in the 200-ton displacement Tech Level 12 yacht. You get the crew breakdown, a nice picture of the Pink Diamond, and there's the layout. Nice picture of the crew and ship. I enjoyed this. This was worth the price of admission to me. This is a neat crew. And then we have a nuclear-powered bus. This article was a little short and didn't really tell us how we'd use it. It's a low running cost. It can run for 50 years on its nuclear plant, assuming nothing else breaks down. But it didn't give us any more meat as to how we could, practically use this. It's 30-ton displacement. You can sleep on it. It's interesting. And then an alien with the Hulkins. They're a human minor race. native to Halka in the Trojan Reach. And then they are near the Florian League, and the Florians basically usurp their society and more or less make them serfs. And then how to be a traveler, a Halkan traveler. Then we have adventure care package. We want to go to Kinesis and go to the planet and meet this guy and get our mission. There's our breakdown. And then a little twist that's thrown in and timing the events. You end up having to kind of escape the scenario, which can be interesting. It's a long scenario. They've been doing some experiments and some prisoners, and it's not pleasant. Modified system defense boat that comes as part of this. Tech level 12, 400-ton displacement. There she is, just a nice looking SDB. Nice top-down deck plans. And then we have a bestiary, the giant scuttlefish. And there's the giant scuttlefish. And these guys live found deep in the atmosphere of gas giants, massing around 10 tons. So these are big boys. I wouldn't recommend hunting them. And there's the back cover, and we're out. So there you have it for 130 pages, counting the covers, so 128 pages of text. Definitely worth picking up. It retails for $25 for the physical book. This was part of a Kickstarter a couple of years ago. I did not get in on the Kickstarter, unfortunately. But I am in on the 13 through 18 Kickstarter. And those PDFs have started coming out already, with the physical one supposed to come out in early 2025. But totally worth it. $25 for the physical book, and then $15 for this particular one. I think I got this as part of a bundle of holding some time ago, and I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was not that much. This is totally worth it. This has been my favorite so far of the Mongoose JTASs, and that's saying a lot, because I've really enjoyed JTASs. I've enjoyed going through these. I have always loved the magazine, and I love that it's been revived by Mongoose. But there you have it. I completely recommend it, especially for the Pink Diamond and her crew. Just very interesting encounter, and this could be a long-term NPC in a campaign. Especially if your campaign involves casinos or that kind of thing. It's very much in line for it. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends. And please take a look at the Patreon. Help me out there. To my existing patrons, I want to say thank you very much. The channel would not be around without you. But that's it for today. I'll see you next time on page 121.